So today I thought I'd bring to you my pretty much go-to Lady Death builds. I don't often run Intimidate, Adrenaline Rush, and a lot of my videos have always been sort of counter meta builds or focused around different sort of talents and weapons that I feel can compete in the current meta. But I can't deny that even I will switch on to a Lady Death Intimidate build when I'm up against a sweaty team, or usually when I'm up against a team with a healer, as it's one of the few weapons in the game that can just burst through heals if you build it correctly. My build is pretty standard. I feel that the best template that anybody should go from, and certainly what I see the most of, is 2 Sokolov, 2 Walker and Harris, Contractors and Fox's Prayer. So they will essentially be your 6 pieces, and I'll explain why that is. But we'll start from top to bottom. As this is my sweaty, cheesy build, so, short of Riot Fam, you're going to see a lot of sweat in here. I do run Firewall as the specialisation, and in my opinion, this is the only specialisation to run with a Lady Death build. There's just too much going for it at the moment for those close range kills. Long range builds like Spotter and Sync, you don't need this, but it's still very strong. First of all, we have the armour kit that gives us 200% armour and health over 10 seconds. This is very powerful for making your next aggressive push. We do have the 30% health on kill, which is nice to keep ourselves topped off. 20% burn duration stacks very well with the applied burn to enemies within 5 meters on armour break, so that's a really nice talent. We get the shield, which gives us the same health as the Crusader shield and allows us to use our Lady Death, but gives us a lot more damage, so that is fantastic. And this is also within 10 meters. We get allies deal 10% damage to enemies that are within 10 meters of you. Again, fantastic for team shoot, so that's another 10% damage. And we get, for not so much for Lady Death, but you do get the 10% critical hit damage mod that fits on a lot of different weapons. So that's really nice if you unlock the shotgun part. Lady Death itself, the reason that I suggested 2 Walker and Harris is because this gun comes with damage to armour, and healers in game can't repair health, only armour. So, this is a very effective stat of breaking through those heals. You get the high critical hit chance anyway, and you get the 75% amplified multiplicative damage when you build up 32 stacks, which you can do just by sprinting or walking. My favourite part of this gun actually isn't that damage buff, which is pretty insane by the way. It's the 20% movement speed when you get a kill. You do not get this if you kill a downed enemy. You do get it if you down an enemy or if you break a skill. So just bear that in mind. You can get your speed boost just from breaking skills. So because we've got damage to armor on the weapon already, this is where the build comes in. So 2-piece Walker Harris & Co gives us weapon damage and 5% damage to armor. What you want to get is critical hit chance and damage in every single piece bar one. One of your pieces you want either weapon handling with your crit damage or headshot damage. My preference is weapon handling because it got a nice buff. It works quite well in conjunction with the Booster Hive that I run, which I'll explain why that is in a second. And since they nerfed the mag size of Lady D from 39 down to 32, you're reloading all the time, so weapon handling just helps to cut down your downtime, so to speak. You do get through the mag very quickly, so I feel that weapon handling is best in slot, but every other piece you want to get critical hit chance and damage. Unfortunately, this is a very poorly rolled mask, but the good news of Walker Harris & Co, you can craft every single piece apart from the name piece. So I've got the Walker mask with crit chance damage rolled to blue, and the Walker holster. This actually was crafted with crit chance and damage, again rolled to blue. So that's the 2 Walker. I run my build as 4 blue because I feel that it is the best way to run it. Unless you're going to play it as a flank build, I just think that high armor is good. And the difference between 2 blue cores to 4 blue cores is actually kind of minimal. The reason for that is that your shield lasts longer, and therefore you're getting the damage buff from the Firewall shield and the Firewall specialisation of being in that 10 meters for longer because the shield is up for longer. You also get more damage out of Intimidate because Adrenaline Rush gives you 20% bonus armor. If you got more armor, that 20% is obviously a larger amount, and therefore Intimidate is up for longer periods of time, especially in conjunction with your shield that is up for longer periods of time. So in my opinion, running it with 4 blues and 2 reds is the best way to run this build. I've tried it with 0 blues, so 6 reds up to 4, and I feel this is best. The reason I don't go 6 is because I probably feel that's too much armor, and this build feels really good. And also it's quite hard to get a chest and a backpack with the talent and all of the right attributes so that you can re-roll the core attribute, as these have 4 things that need to be good as opposed to just 3 from non-chest and talent pieces, because obviously you've got the talent in there as well. I just leave these as red. It's just easier to get the right rolls. So yeah, the 2 Sokolov, we've got the weapon handling here, we've got the Intimidate buffs, that's 35% multiplicative damage to enemies within 10 meters. That's going to stack quite nicely with the 10% damage buff we get from Firewall, and we're going to get that bonus armor from Adrenaline Rush. Now you could run the Walker and Harris backpack here and have a Sokolov to replace out one of the 2 Walkers I've got. That's absolutely fine. I've never received a good one, so that would be better than my version. As long as you've got the 2 Walker, 2 Sokolov, Contractors, Foxes, you're good. So you see here I've got very nice weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage. That works really well. Contractors, I've been able to reroll to blue, just try and get these with a pair of these with critical hit chance or damage, and the same for my Fox's Prayer. These are absolutely beautiful to look at. I use these in every build. So as long as you can get one of these with chance, one with damage, they will fit into your build, and then you can afford to squeeze the 1 weapon handling in there. If you got one of these with weapon handling, it's fine as long as the rest is filled in with crit chance and damage. If you get crit chance across 5 out of 6 pieces, you can afford to run crit hit damage mods on all 3 of your pieces, and that'll make your stats look something similar to mine. Now there's a bit of min-maxing to be done here. I could probably get another 10% out of this potentially, or 5 to 10%, with some better mods and some better gear, but ultimately you want to be as close to the crit chance as possible, and sort of you can potentially get this if you don't run Foxes and Contractors with something like 170 plus, I think, close to 180. I think that's kind of where it starts to really cap out, but I wanted to go for the armour version, the damage to armour. So we're getting 8% from Contractors, we're getting 5% from Walker and Harris, and we're getting 6% from Lady Death. And all of that is giving us that 19% damage to armour, which your crit damage stacks on top of. So in theory, having a slightly lower crit damage on this build is absolutely fine. Damage to targets that are covered from Foxes, and obviously we know the damage to armour from Contractors, again, just adds to all of our base damage, and then the crit damage is on top of that. So by losing 10-15% crit damage, but having these 2 in here is better, trust me. You definitely want to run it if you can, and this is only my opinion, but I do feel that this is the base template for a good Lady D build. 2 Sokolov, 2 Walker, Contractors, Foxes. In conjunction with the shield we are running the Booster Hive. The reason for that is that a lot of people don't know the Booster Hive actually cleanses all status effects the moment a drone hits you, which can be once every 5 seconds. So you don't need to worry too much about hazard. If an Eclipse user's on the team and catches you or your teammates on fire, drop the Hive. You then instantly cleanse all status effects like bleed and burn, even riot foam. If you get foamed around a corner and they can't quite catch up to you, you could drop it and cleanse it straight away from yourself. Not as effective for foam because you're usually dead if you're foamed, but once the Hive has hit you, the drone from the Hive, you then get 20% hazard resistance for the next 5 seconds. That helps, and maybe more importantly, you do get 20% weapon handling as well. So that stacks in conjunction with the 8% that I've got on my chest, and it just helps to negate one of the Lady Death's weaknesses, which is its reload time. Ever since they nerfed the mag, you will be reloading about as much as you're firing. It's literally about 50-50. So you know, if you can cut down that reload time, it means that you're firing more than you're reloading, and that just equates to more damage output. And it's one of the many reasons why I'm happy to run this as a 4 blue build. I do genuinely think that with all the damage to armour, you know, having that high armour just keeps you in the fight for longer. It makes your firewall heal better, it makes your adrenaline rush better, it makes your shield last longer. You know, and all of this means that you are in the fight for longer and therefore doing more damage. So in a way, having high blues actually makes up for the lack of reds just because of your survivability. And you know, I found that from all the testing I've done over the last couple of months, a high blue version is best. I don't like the armor regen versions. The whole point of Lady Death is to get in, melt, get out. That is literally the point of it. Running it with armor regen, in my opinion, is not a good idea, but a lot of people do that, particularly in the dark zone. I feel that in the dark zone that might be a strong option. Certainly for conflict, don't do it. Just go all into damage to armor, crit hit chance and crit damage, and try and get that 60-150 chance damage split, or higher if you can, and I can guarantee you'll have a good time with this. If you run different versions of this build, please do let me know. I've seen a lot of people run it with low blues. I've always been able to kill those people, so in my opinion I don't think that's the best option, but I certainly think if you are a flanker, if you have a good 4 stack and you like to do the 3-1 split where one of you kind of gets behind the enemy team and then you all engage at the same time, in that instance if you are the flanker, then yes, I probably would consider having a very high red Lady Death build just for the extra melt, because the team that you're fighting won't be engaging you as they're focusing your 3 teammates, and it is your job as the flanker to burst them down quickly and effectively. So depending on your playstyle, my version of this build might not be best for you, but if you're just looking for an entry level into the Lady Death build, or you just feel that yours could do with some tweaking, do some farming. Yes, I know it's a pain to get 4 blues on a build because you need to get the chance and damage there already. I know that's not ideal, but get some farming on Sokolov and Walker. You can craft a lot of these pieces, get a Matador if you can, put it together, make sure your chance is capped out, get that 19% damage to armour, reroll everything to blue. You know, and I really feel if you're not having the best time your Lady Death build and you try out this one, I really feel that you will improve your gameplay.
Rogue striker drone.
And it is quite funny as well. People will sort of run up to you and think you're a tank, and then all of a sudden you just burst them straight down. It is quite effective. And of course, having that high armour in conjunction with the speed boost just means you can get out of a fight. Oh, I heard that. Oh, it was my teammate. I thought somebody was jumping over there. Okay, I think they're probably going to be pushing. They are. Do you see what I'm saying? That was only me shooting that guy. Instant melt.
Rogue assault turret detected.
4 blues, everyone. 4 blues. I wasn't even using the shield there. There we go. So that's already on 3 kills. 3 kills and 4.6 million damage on a 4 blue build. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. You don't need to run high reds. When you've got things like the firewall boost, the shield. Ooh, they're taking some damage up there. Yeah, the firewall boost, all of that, and because Intimidate is multiplicative.
Rogue Hive detected.
Nice. Oh, my boy's taking some damage over there. I'm coming, buddy. Nice. I've impulsors, got to be careful here. You get this, you notice to get the speed buff. Wow, if I could actually land my shots. See, you can see why Lady Death is so powerful, and if you take a bit of damage, what you can do is this, pop your med kit, and then you've got 200%. Where is that coming from? Oh, I see where you are. Here's a armour build as well. Oh no, I got shot from behind. No. So the problem is, because we're in a shield meta, yeah, that can be a bit of a problem there. He was just outside of my range, so he positioned quite nicely there, and I probably should have got a bit closer to him. Unfortunately, I, one, had a full TP flag on me, so I was taking 8 to 12% more damage and dealing the same less damage. I also had a guy shoot me in the butt. That is not a nice place to get shot when you're trying to get a kill. But we're already at 7 kills and 1 death, and my team are on 0. Oh dear. Sorry, boys.
Agent down.
I don't know if they've seen me. No, yeah, that TP, man, with all those drones. I had like 3 drones taking my aim assist off there. Oh dear, this isn't good. Right, come on team, I need you to get some kills now. They're starting to close the gap.
An agent needs assistance.
No, don't run in alone like I just did. No, learn from my mistake.
Detected.
Ah, my dudes are just running in one by one. Oh no, buddy, don't do it, buddy. Screw it, I'm going to push with them. We did get the kill. Okay, this is good, this is good. We're still flagged though, so I've got to be careful here. Why isn't this flag wearing off? This has been on me for ages. It's only supposed to last 20 seconds.
Agent down.
There we go, finally. Oh, there's another guy there. Oh, I didn't even see him. I thought it was a drone shooting me. So this is the problem with Lady Death. You have to get in close to get the kills. And again, this is another reason why I think high armour is best. Unfortunately, I've thrown away loads of lives now, and my team have only got 1 kill between 3 of them, which isn't helping us here. So this may seem like pretty poor gameplay from me, but I am just trying to do my best to help these guys out.
Rogue Hive detected.
Right, I'm going to use that speed boost to... Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Nice close. Oh, he's getting the res! No,
assistance needed.
come on team, push with me, team. Ah.
Agent down.
My accuracy was terrible there. I think my shield was getting stuck on
Agent
something, or
vital
either that or
signs
my
0.
aim assist was locking me onto his
The specialization supply drop has been claimed by an ally.
decoy. Yeah, my aim was absolutely honking there.
Agent down.
We're out of reinforcements. Hang in there.
Oh,
Serious trauma.
what? Ah, the guy on the roof was
Agent
killing me.
incapacitated.
And we're out of
Agent
lives.
vital
Amazing.
signs
So yeah,
0.
I think I definitely got stuck with a very passive
An
team
agent
there
needs
because
assistance.
the problem with Lady Death is, you know, unless you're playing it as a
Rogue
flank,
striker
you
drone
kind of need your team
detected.
to be aggressive with you, and I was playing quite aggressive there, and I don't think I quite had the support from my teammates. That's clearly not their play style, which is fair enough, and this is one of the problems with solo queue. But we're now in a situation where, you know, I did quite a lot of kills with that build, but I was out of cover and position a lot of the time because I'm used to playing with my clan, and you know, we always run as a squad. We usually go like a 3-1 split or a 2-2 split or just a 4 stack straight in to the roof. I didn't have that kind of support here, unfortunately, and that's how it goes in solo queue. And if you do find you have a bad time in conflict, you know, you have to appreciate that in solo queue you've just got 3 other dudes and dudettes just with their own gameplay, their own style, their own plan. They're not necessarily going to follow you, because why should they? And if you find you're having a lot of troubles in conflict solo queue, then that will be why. Just try and get with a team that you can be in communications with, because then you can all kind of agree to one plan, and call out what you need to call out, and yeah, it will just go better. Well, I kind of just want this game to be over now so I can show you guys the end game stats, and then
An agent needs
there we go.
assistance.
We'll see how we did. I thought we could have beat that team. I made some bad plays there. Well, thank you for making me stare at the defeat screen for this long. Now we get the yoga pose. I'll take that. Yeah, I died an awful lot there. So we had 2 people in our team that didn't even close a kill, so I think that really cost us there, and I think my deaths would have been a lot lower if I'd have been playing more with my team. But because I was very aggressive in that game, I didn't have that luxury. So yeah, a lot of that was me just not adapting very well to my team. I feel that the team we were up against were definitely beatable. I don't feel they were like, you know, I don't feel that was a guaranteed win for the opposite team. I should have just played a bit better with my own team and maybe sat back a bit more. Not my playstyle personally, and not how you're supposed to play Lady Death, but this is the whole point of conflict, and the way you get good is to adapt to every single factor in the game, whether that's your opposition, your team, their build, your build, the build you're coming up against. It's all about adapting, you know, throughout the game, and I didn't do that very well there. But, you know, I finished in the profit. I got very good damage. It was a loss, but hopefully that gave you guys some ideas as to how to play the build and how not to play it, because I definitely made some both good and bad plays there. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments even. Like I said, I want to hear your variations of the build, and how you personally play it. Until then, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.